Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, mapping and addressing, please.
Just the letters I'm going to do to have a little time. But we have to all signature. And this is the second reading of private driveway off County Route 19 over 11, Hoover Road to the first driveway on the left, before County Route 2305, Hoover Road to the Union Big Sky Lane. Private driveway off County Route 15, Leadus Road to the first driveway on the left, before County Route 4602, Hoover Road to the Split Lane. In a section of County Route 55 over 20, Principal Road, the first road on the left, off of County Route 7, Big Battle Road, where the road becomes impassable to name Steve Church Road.
Are those second readings?
Yeah.
Second reading. We need a motion to approve these. We have? Okay. I'll entertain a motion, please.
I'll move that we accept these many changes.
Motion's been made to accept road changes. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Yeah. This is a section of Pat James Road, above our attention that is basically impassable for ambulance and stuff. So we're going to rename half of it. Section of County Route 2603, Pat James Road, the first road on the left, off County Route 3601, Ramsey's Ridge Road, the road becomes impassable to rename.
Have a question. Yeah. All right. You got it under?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Commissioner, may I ask a question?
Yeah.
Actually, what percent of Doddridge County has now been covered by the mapping and addressing activity?
What do you mean covered that?
Well, it seems to be ongoing. Maybe I should ask the question, is this something that will continue ad infinitum?
If someone adds like a house or trade like a mobile home to a driveway, then yeah. I mean, they have the option to name it, and you know, it should be named, and we'll name it because that's the standards. If there's more than one dwelling on a driveway, then it's to be named. So in that case, yes.
Okay.
There's two or more, so yeah.
Have a question? You have a question?
There's another reason it might be ongoing is because since June of last year or July, when we got our first house address, last week I got my second one. They changed it after I went and changed a lot of it. So when I called the office, they were real confused about our short little road. So I said, instead of giving her a hard time, of course you know you're at this point because you have to go make those changes all over again. I just said, let me go up to the road and check all your facts for you. And I know someone has physically been on the road because they knew the description of all the houses, the colors, But anyway, about 5 other neighbors are gonna have to change their numbers for a second time too. And they didn't have numbers for some houses that were there, and they had houses that didn't exist. And I took that hour of my time and I called her back and connected all the old mailbox numbers with the right color house and the new number. And she told me what the new number was supposed to be. So there's about 5 houses that are gonna have to change it again. I don't like to complain, but that is.
So I'm not following what your question is.
In a year, I went from rural Route 2, box 276A, to 384 Elkhorn Run Road, and now I'm 728 Elkhorn Run Road because they gave my 384 to another house.
Can you explain that?
Yeah,
Oh, you guys, yeah, hi, sorry,
That's
Ashley.
me.
I don't mean to complain, I
No,
just kind of
she
wonder.
was a big help to us. I had explained to her that previously, before I started this job, they had hired, someone, I guess they contracted a company out. One of the houses that she said had been there, for a while, that there wasn't on our system. I mean, on the one Cork's house, they had the information switched. So when we went through and matched everything up with the post office with our edit sheets, everything seemed to line out, but some of the information was switched. And some of those cases we don't know until the people call in and say, that's not my mailing address, or, I live on the right-hand side of the road. I mean, we don't absolutely, just off the top of our head know that every person lives, I don't know every person's name that lives in that house. We matched information on our computer system that's provided by the state to the edit sheets from the post office. So, there has been mistakes, but we don't know unless people call and say, that's not my mailing address, or, that's not, right, or whatever. And she was a huge help. But we have to figure it out now, I think, and I mailed out new letters to everyone. So, I explained, that's the most important part. It may be an inconvenience, but number one, first and foremost, we have to have it right. Because if they call 911 and these people that argue, well, I'm not changing it, you have to. We're going to send the ambulance to the wrong house. It's not going to do any good if, just because you don't want to change your, I know it's been, people that have had to, it's been an inconvenience, but, that aside, our job isn't to worry about their mail, it's to worry about if we get an ambulance to the right house. So.
Got a question, Rick?
May I address a question to the mapping address?
You sure can.
I know there's different calculations on the addressing, and it's like mine is 220. Is that .2, basically, can you guys
Yes.
get a description of that and send it to all the emergency agencies? Because there is a lot of...
Yeah, basically, it's mileage. If you're
Okay.
2-something, you're 2/10 of a mile up. If you're 2.5 or 2.5, you'd be like 2.5, 2/10.
So 380, 3878 would be 3.8 miles to
And then
78.
the last one, if it's even, you're on the right side, if it's odd, you're on the left side.
Okay, because there's been a lot of questions, and I know a lot of our responders don't
Yeah,
know.
basically, you should be able to pull up to the road, and it take you longer
Mhm.
to drive right to the house, or within.
A few hundred feet,
Right.
yeah. And that's,
That's what it's designed for.
yeah, I mean, we're sitting there, I know there's more than one method of doing this. I've been assuming that it was,
Each number starts with, and it starts at
Most
the
major
most
routes.
major route. So on Hunter's, or Brushy Fork, it actually starts on the 18th side. But
okay.
all you gotta do is once you hit that first number, which is 5 something, it's 5 miles through there.
Mhm.
If I'm like 4 something, then you know I'm a mile up. It's a big help, especially at night.
It is, and it is a good way of doing it if everybody understands it and knows how it's being calculated. I know some systems go by yards, some goes by miles,
Yeah.
and,
There's 1,000 addresses a mile, which actually equates to every 10 by 7 feet, there's an address.
Right.
But it's just 10
Can I ask one more question? Have all the major routes been covered in Doddridge County?
Matter of fact,
We drove every road. We did that last summer, didn't we? Yeah.
But that's why we put in the paper last year, check with your neighbors to see if you look,
If
if
you're
you're coincide, because, if you're 2 something, and your next neighbor's 1 something going up the hollow, you know something's wrong, so we better address that. And that many issues, look, we've had it too, so.
You said from the most major route, right? So, I mean, I noticed that when one of my neighbors that lives up the hollow, not past me, but up Webley Ford, and they were like 117.25 or something like that. I thought, well, I know it's not from the intersection down here on Puerto Rico Road, but now that explains it, why.
Yeah, once in effect, it's pretty easy for your first responder to find that, or, get really close. Just look at your odometer, it'll be close.
Okay, he did bring up something, I'm sorry. Webley Fork off of Puerto Rico, would it measure from 18 or would it measure from Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
It's from Puerto Rico, okay.
I guess I misunderstood.
That's why
I thought, no, it should be, well, each road is measured from the major road, so Puerto Rico would be from Route 18, Webley Fork would be from Puerto Rico.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, everybody happy now? I know everybody's not happy. Just